What's up, guys? Spencer Richey here, goalkeeper number 18 from Seattle, Washington, down at IMG with FC Cincy, and joined here with Cincinnati Soccer Talk. So.
Perfect. All right, so just to start off and find out a little bit more about you for the people who want to listen and learn more about the team, maybe tell me your most memorable soccer moment.
My most memorable would probably be when I was 17. I got to go to the Under-17 World Cup representing the U.S. It was in Nigeria, which was such a cool experience. So probably traveling to that, and unfortunately I didn't play. I was the number 2.
Yeah.
So I can't say I actually got in a game, but it was an incredible experience nonetheless, and it's probably, to this point, the memory that I cherish the most.
Is that first time like out of the North American area or whatever?
No, actually, for that program, coincidentally, I was down at IMG from 2007 to 2009, about 2.5 years, and we probably every other month would go on an international trip. So I played tons of games, South America, Europe, Central America, so I had quite a lot of experience playing international soccer.
Okay. Any passions that you have besides soccer, off the pitch, basically?
I really enjoy music. That's probably a corny answer, but
playing or listening?
Listening. I wish I could play. I really wish I could play the guitar. I gave the ukulele a bit of an effort, but it didn't go so well. So no, really enjoy music, all different kinds. I think there's kind of a time and a place for almost every genre of music, except for really intense, like heavy metal. That's not for me, but everything from jazz to electronic to your hip hop, rap music, reggae. I love it all. So
what's your #1 go-to song for pregame?
Whew, it changes. I kind of like. I guess electronic would be the genre, but it's not so much techno. It's more of a groovy feel to it, I would say. But it definitely varies. My quote-unquote pre-game music list definitely varies throughout the year. So it's got all different kinds of stuff on it, but mostly upbeat. So
some Barry Manilow, probably.
Not so much.
No, okay. Yeah, it probably doesn't get you in the right mood for a game.
Maybe the night before it put me to sleep. So,
there you go.
Yeah.
Any non-U.S. teams that you follow, soccer-wise?
I grew up a big Arsenal fan, mostly because Terry Henry was my favorite player when I was a young kid. Because of him, I feel like I've been attached to Arsenal ever since. But I tend to follow players more than teams.
Yeah.
But if I was going to pick a team, it would probably be
Arsenal.
Gunners. So.
All right. Well, we got a big Arsenal following in the city, so I'm sure some of them will reach out to you.
Absolutely.
Offer you to come to some games in the morning. Any other teams outside of soccer that you follow?
I was a big Seattle sports fan growing up. Seahawks, Sonics, RIP for now. Hopefully coming back soon. Mariners a little bit. I grew up in a baseball household. My dad and my brother played college baseball. So introducing the world of soccer was something new to them. Now when I come home and I turn the TV on, it's already on NBC because my dad's been watching footy all morning. So it's cool to see him come full circle. But yeah, those are probably Seahawks and Sonics for my big 2.
Okay. So I've been told that you had a high school nickname that started to float around a little bit. Yeah. I did. Juice is the name. So that started actually playing Pee Wee American football. Is where that nickname came from. It's really not that cool of a story. Essentially, Juice is kind of just having the buzz, kind of having the it factor on a given morning. Some days, I mean, it happens in work, soccer, it doesn't matter your career, but some days you wake up and you feel like you got the juice and
some days you don't, and it kind of went from playing middle school, high school football, and then a couple of my buddies that I was living with down at IMG for high school got a hold of it. Tyler Pollock actually was Tyler Pollock essentially is how it came full circle. So Tyler heard about it, and then he called me. I went out to dinner with Jimmy and Tyler and his wife Haley and my girlfriend. And Tyler said, "What's up, Juice?" And Jimmy was like, "What is this?" And I feel like that's how it went from Seattle to Florida, and that's how it's gone from IMG to all of a sudden everyone's calling me Juice at lunch
Everybody
today.
in Cincinnati now. Yeah.
So maybe it'll still come back and stick. But
I see a tifo coming right there.
It's been a while. That's what everyone was saying at lunch. They're like, it's a tifo waiting to happen. The only problem is it has a bit of a negative side to the whole Juice thing. So it's not at all affiliated with that type of it. So. But
I'm sure we can come up with something creative.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm all for a good nickname. So
okay. Any teammates that you've met so far here made any impressions on you?
I mean, Jimmy's definitely the one that stood out at first. I don't really know what to expect. Kind of like this, baby-faced looking skinny guy, and he's got the biggest personality in the change room. It doesn't take long to figure that out. I was a little bit aware of his goal celebration antics from watching some FC games last year and following some guys that I knew on the team. So no, he stood out. But honestly, the thing that probably has stood out beyond that more is just across the change room how well guys have gotten along. It's typically strange for a new guy like myself coming in, but it's almost even more weird for the 7 or 8 returning guys, because they typically, you've got 15, 20 guys on a roster that roll over, but it's new for everyone. It's new for the returning guys. It's new for us. So kind of everyone's feeling each other out for the first week or two, probably with good reason, but even the first 3 days down here, people are starting to open up, and the banter starting to come out, which is always healthy in my opinion. So it's been pretty awesome to get to know guys better and to see kind of what their true colors are, and it's been pretty fun.
So speaking of banter, since you bring it up, anybody standing out as sort of maybe the joker of the group?
I'm a pretty big, I like to give my fair share of banter. I'm not going to nominate myself #1, but I definitely like to push the envelope a little, and like I said, I think it's all good fun. The most successful teams I've been on have been also the teams where the team has been the closest. Just like with your own best friends off the field, that you make fun of each other, give each other stick for certain things. I think it's a healthy component of the locker room, and it definitely helps gel the team. So
absolutely.
But I'm sure there'll be some dark horse candidates that aren't out of their shell fully yet. So we're only 3 weeks in here, so there's plenty of time for some people to emerge.
Okay. What about leadership? Has anybody kind of just maybe made the transition to Cincinnati easier for you? Not necessarily a pre-season player, but just anybody who's kind of stood out as a leader, who's maybe just struck you in that kind of...
Yeah, in terms of my transition, and just as important as my transition is my girlfriend's transition, who came out here with me. So Matt Danner has been awesome, and his girlfriend have been really cool and helpful at helping us give us recommendations and answer some logistical questions. His girlfriend has helped mine out with career stuff and her company and advice, and it's a totally different market from Seattle. Her and I were in Vancouver the last little while, so every market's a little bit different. Every job hunt's a little bit different, so they've been super helpful. And then I think in terms of the locker room, I don't know if there's one guy really that's kind of
one.
Yeah, and it's it's probably a sign of a good leader that
Yeah.
you never want somebody to kind of force themselves into that role. You want someone to kind of emerge over time in that, and someone that guys respect and look up to and know what you're going to get out of them, both on the field, probably most important, but as well, how they carry themselves off. So, like I said, it's a bunch of good guys, a bunch of good personalities. I know it's something that Alan preached a lot when I was in Vancouver, and it's pretty evident that he's assembled a pretty good group here. So, lots of good leaders on the team.
I don't know if you've ever been to Cincinnati before, but
I've not.
Okay, so this was your first. Well, this is not your first time, but
Mm-hmm.
but prior to this was
Yeah.
your first time. Did you have any impressions of the city before you came, or even impressions of the team before you came?
I got a bunch of chili shouts on Twitter, so
Yeah, that's going to happen.
that was the
That's a
strongest.
guarantee.
Yeah, but no, I think with any situation, it's no matter what people say, it'll surprise you. So I don't like to assume or expect, or I just kind of go in open-minded and and up for new experiences, new adventures. But I've been super pleasantly surprised. Obviously, when I first got here, I hear from lots of people, oh, you're gonna love it, and people from Cincinnati, everyone's proud of where they're from. They're gonna say that, but even just being there 3 weeks, it's been awesome. Kind of been around the city a little bit. Now the weather cleared up a little bit. The cold is a little, just as it would be for anyone, but no, it's been awesome. It seems like a young city, an energetic one. Obviously, an incredibly proud sports fan base, which is super awesome. Growing up in Seattle, a similar, really strong fan base. So that's really cool for me to see, and I can't wait to see it at Nipper. So that's what I'm most looking forward to.
We're not just proud of sports; we're also proud of a lot of our food as well. And
Yeah.
obviously our chili.
Actually, I've as much as I can experiment with all of the food, because it's not the most preseason friendly. But no, I've done Skyline, Maplewood downtown was really good, really cool. A lot of the places we've been as well are really cool. Just kind of the appeal and the aesthetics of the restaurant is super trendy. So my girlfriend and I are big foodies, so we can only try so many. Maybe like once a week, once every 2 weeks, but we haven't had a bad meal yet, so hopefully keep that going.
Besides Maplewood, any other place that stood out to you?
Kruger's we've been to. What's the taco place next door?
I'm terrible.
Yeah.
So.
The Eagle.
The Eagle, yeah.
Super good. Where else? Sleepy Bee down the road.
Yeah.
Very good.
You're obviously in Oakland.
In Oakland, yeah. Walkable, nice. What else? I think that might be it.
So you said you tried Skyline.
Mm-hmm.
So what'd you order?
I got 2 of the hot dogs,
Conies.
the conies, with the chili and the cheese, and then I got a side of the quesadilla, chili quesadilla.
Okay.
I forget what it's called, but it was good.
Yeah.
Very cinnamony. That kind of threw me off guard, but
Yeah, it's not your standard chili.
No. But we enjoyed it. It was good.
Good.
Love good hot dogs, so that made it all better.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. I think that takes care of my questions, so I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thanks
Thanks
a
for
lot.
having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.